Hey, what is up, wood choppers? I hope you're all doing really well out there. I thought I'd try something a little bit different on this video, and I get a lot of questions, and those are always in the comment section, obviously. Actually, no, I do get some of these on Instagram, Facebook, and email as well. And I thought, why not answer the questions here as a video, because I get asked the same question a lot. So one question here from Ruan Muller, which I thought was a really good question. Andrew, do drummers like Alex inspire you to try new things with your style of playing? This is in reference to an Alex Rudinger clip that I did a reaction to, Xenochrist, which is absolutely insane. I think it's a really legit, great, and thoughtful question from Ruan here. I'll just ask it again. Andrew, do drummers like Alex inspire you to try new things with your style of playing? I'm sure there are jazz drummers that can play just as technical as Alex, maybe not as fast as George Colias, but very technical, ? Why don't you show us some hot jazz drummers? I've always considered jazz and metal drummers to be the pinnacle. Now, I think he's getting at here, maybe he knows about my background, which I went to music school, did a jazz degree. Okay. Few things here that I'll address. Why don't you show us some hot jazz drummers? Now, I would really like to have a segment on the channel, maybe one video a week where I show you a clip. I think that'd be really cool. Showing you something that I like and telling you why I like it, I guess. Now, the reason I haven't done that up until now is that I've got so many requests and they're Patreon or PayPal requests, so I feel like I should do those first. I think I'll get to that though. Once I've got the amount of requests somewhat under control, I think I'd really like to do that, to present stuff to you guys, to the viewer. Hopefully to show you someone new. Now, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure there are jazz drummers that can play just as technical as Alex, not as fast as George Colias. Speed is not limited to genre. So just because you play extreme metal doesn't mean you're faster than someone who plays country necessarily. It all depends on the drummer and their particular level of facility. So, you look at someone like Buddy Rich. Woo! Buddy won't like that. Yeah. He's a jazz drummer and he is as fast as anyone. So yeah, it's not limited to style, and I would love to show you guys some of these other players. So I'll get to the original question here, which I thought was such a good one. Do drummers like Alex inspire you to try new things? So the thing with doing these videos, I've been exposed to so many new drummers that I've just really dug, and it's forced me to get out of my comfort zone. So pre-April 2020, I was only listening to the drummers that I always listen to. Jeff Beccaro, Matt Chamberlain, Tony Thompson, Hal Blaine, essentially song drummers, pocket drummers who reflect on my style and what I get hired to play. So since doing these videos, those drummers don't get requested ever, or at all. I don't think any of them have been requested. So I've been exposed to a whole bunch of new stuff, a lot of which is completely out of my depth, and I'm struggling to keep up with the understanding and the vocab of what they're doing. Now, basically, to answer the question, yes, they do inspire me to try new things. I've set a whole bunch of new goals for this year. I'm constantly setting goals with my own drumming and what I want to achieve. If it doesn't get written down, it's not going to happen. And that's just the way life works. Write something down, it'll happen. So I have actually gotten back into some more, I guess we'd call it chops. Working more on hand-foot linear stuff this year. So I normally just take one pattern. At the moment it's a 5-note pattern. Right, left, right, kick, kick. And I'm just exploring that, playing it in different subdivisions. I'll post a video of the stuff that I come up with. I do these things very slowly, so I like to just do tiny metronome increases during my practice, 2 or 3 BPM a day, unnoticeable, which is good because it gives your body time to relax and accept the new challenge that you're setting for it. Overall, like my overall style of drumming, it's really unlikely at this point I'm going to end up playing like Alex Rudinger, because it's not what I get hired to do. So basically my background is a lot of musical theater stuff, corporate covers, cruise ship type work, reading things. I get hired for reading gigs, sessions, or singer-songwriter type stuff. And the Alex Rudinger level of facility and that approach is just not what I get hired for. I'm sure that work is around, but if it is, I'm not getting called for it. People know that I do a different type of thing. And to some degree, I guess, focusing on those kind of things that I want to get really good at. I know how long it would take to get as good as Alex Rudinger. I mean, it would take years, if not decades, to even come close to what he's achieved. So, and I mean, I saw that at music school. We're talking years. It really is years. So do I want to dedicate years of my life, focus, career towards those things which are somewhat veering away from what I get hired to do and what I constantly need to keep improving and keep maintaining to keep being hireable? And it's a dilemma because it is so fun and it is so good checking out these guys and girls and trying to understand what they do and trying to perhaps do some of it. It's quite a weird catch-22 that because I'm a full-time professional drummer, it kind of means I don't get a lot of time to work on all the stuff that's unrelated to what I need, because I'm spending so much time learning songs. I mean, I got a gig in 2 weeks. I've got to learn 30 songs for that. Teaching, at normally about 40 private students. So I've got to keep on top of all of their material. None of them are bringing in anything close to Alex Rudinger level drumming. So when you consider a teacher that's teaching 6 days a week, gigging a couple of times a week, because we are gigging here in New Zealand at the moment, and still having a family life, making these videos and doing all that other stuff, it doesn't leave a lot of time to spend on other stuff that would be fun, like blast beats or really intense, fast, technical, odd time things. Something has to give. And for me, in my position, I focus on my career and what I need to improve on to keep getting hired and keep my career viable. Ryan Muller, thank you so much for the question. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I wanted to answer your question really thoroughly because I thought it's such a good question, and a lot of people have asked me something similar, so I feel like I'm moving my hands a lot here. I think I've had too much coffee. But yeah, guys, if you feel like you would like me to actually sit down and thoughtfully try and answer some of your questions, I'm happy to do it. I think it would add to the channel quite a bit, and it's quite nice to get some of these things out in the open and share them with everybody and not just reply to a private comment. So hey guys, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll catch you on the next video. All right.